All right, welcome to Crossroads Sports Radio, episode number 411. I'm your host, Brandon Reeve, joined as always by my co-host, the man in the passenger seat, up on the front of the car, Jonathan Birdsong, JB. Happy Tuesday. How are you?
I don't even know what that means, man. I don't even know what that means, man. But I'm doing just fine. Um, Dude, I had to do a video in the car, man. Just real quick, just to hype them up. Batman, you know what I'm saying? Back signal for the folks, man. Dude, I turned on my phone. You know what I'm saying? I've been in camp all day screaming at kids. They've been screaming at me. You know what I'm saying? We've been out in the sun. And anybody can see my Indiana suntan. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of see it on my arms. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, point being, I opened up my phone by 1 o'clock and you know what I'm saying, got like, couple, you know what I'm saying, messages back and forth between the group and whatnot. And I go on Facebook, I see all the notifications and whatnot. I got notifications on Twitter, got notifications. I'm thinking, I done said something the wrong way to another senator, you know what I'm saying, one of them anti-DI senators again. I'm thinking that, you know what I'm saying, somebody didn't, you know what I'm saying, didn't want a piece of that. And no. So, we can't even bury it like that's. I mean, yesterday was the hot. It was hot. Today was the pop. That's what I said in my video, man. And yesterday, you know, they traded. You know, they traded. The homie from Memphis to Portland. But today, like LeBron James just said, Lakers don't figure it out
Deuces.
for us no more. Don't figure it out no more for us. Or whatever deal they had for him is maybe like everybody's kind of the same. It's like gonna be like $20 million, 25. You know what I'm saying? Max they could get him is like $25 million. And he said, no, thank you. No, thank you. And I think technically Bronny James's contract is guaranteed as of yesterday. So that's another little nugget for you. So,
What
you
a
know,
move that was.
they can't cut him. So they're going to trade Bronny. They got,
I mean, they
so
can, but they have to pay him.
they got to pay him. So,
But
there might be some play. What's your kind of thoughts on it, man? Because again, like John Moran got traded yesterday for Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks. And again, I love Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks. Love them. You can mix them together. Love them. You know
mhm.
what I'm saying? But
um,
what they traded for
yeah,
Ja Morant, that's
and
kooky.
I mean, I've got a freaking list just of things tonight
Oh
that
man,
I've just over the
he
last
didn't
two
win
days.
Jericho. He didn't win Jericho on us. Yeah.
Yeah, the list. Number one, the figure four. No, the Komodo dragon Eastern European leg
Oh my
drop.
god. Oh my god.
No, I want to go. Let's dive. I mean, you brought it up already, so let's talk about John Morant traded to Portland for a bag of chips and Jeremy Grant. This probably would have meant something if Jeremy Grant was maybe like 7 years younger. I
Yeah.
think if anybody beats the drum for Jeremy Grant, John, I think you'll say it was me for all those years, thinking that he could
Years.
be a perfect pacer. Um, but yeah, man, I
Miles
mean,
Turner
John
spot.
Morant,
Yeah.
to be honest, I think Memphis got, I hate to say it, Memphis got the better end of this deal. I don't get what Portland's doing. Um,
When
you,
you see that what names didn't go
you're
back
too
over.
guard heavy,
Yeah.
too guard heavy right now. I mean, you
Yeah. He
got
didn't.
Shaden Sharp there, you got Damian Lillard there. Now you got coming in there. Here's my
Scoot
thing, John.
Henderson.
John
They didn't
Morant,
lose Scoot either. Yeah.
he he's played a career high 67 games in one season. That was his rookie year. The last 3 seasons, he's played a total of 78 games combined the last 3 years.
Well, we know
And
that the suspension is kind of in there, so kind of floated in there as
he's
well. But yeah.
uh, well, that's at his own digression. That's his own
Yeah.
fault.
Correct.
He's shooting his 3-point percentage has lessened down to I think it was 31% either this year or last year. 31%. It's
Mm-hmm.
gotten worse. His field goal percentage inside the restricted area has dropped over the last 2 years or 3 years as well.
Yeah.
So you're
Cla-
not getting a John Morant 2021
no.
if
He
that's what
also got
Portland was thinking they were getting, especially for an
right.
owner that's trying to be on the cheap.
He also got coaching clashes with coaches that supposedly
Mm,
that he was, what I'm saying, in favor of. And what I'm saying, they passed on for what's his homie's name? Taylor Jenkins. I think that's his name.
yeah.
He got employed somewhere else. But again, he had got somewhat clashes with this current coaches they kind of have right now. So um new paint. As we like to say here at the Crossroads Sports Show, what I'm saying, they got rid of Desmond Bain. They got rid of Jerry, what I'm saying, they got rid of him, Jerry Jackson III. And now Ja Morant is gone too, man. So um, you kind of expect Portland to make another move, especially with a team like Sacramento that still probably needs some guards. Definitely Miami needs some guards. I don't know what they can potentially move, especially with LeBron James kind of throwing his name out there being a free agent. That kind of puts a monkey wrench. And I don't, Brandon. Like, all right, man, let's shift gears real quick, man. LeBron James told the Lakers that he ain't coming. That like it's okay. That this can be a mutual partner in the ways.
Yes.
I just like, man, what I'm saying? I was talking with some homies on the way out from work, man, and they just think that Laker fans, what I'm saying, that now that LeBron's gone, because he never was necessarily fully accepted. Laker fans, like the hardcore Laker fans, is an undrafted player like LeBron James coming in on a free agency deal. They expected more. They expected, what I'm saying, probably 2 more championships. Not necessarily all this fanfare of him, and it is great. Some of the things absolutely him breaking the scoring title. Those are wonderful things, and him, what I'm saying, playing into his 40s and at such a high level, that's a wonderful thing. But when you get the real basketball analytics, man, what I'm saying, LeBron James' talent level and what he can bring to a team at 40 plus years old can only take a team so far. So he's not playing for free. You know what I'm saying? And I guess to him, it is somewhat of an embarrassment to play for $20 million, right?
Well, you say that, but it's been reported tonight that it's not about salary for him. He wants one more go at it, for the title. Which at
For the
that
title.
point you were already salary stricken at Los Angeles, and you had a co-star that was fat and just did not show up in the playoffs.
Didn't
Off
show up.
a
Didn't want to play.
Didn't want to
Didn't want.
play.
Yeah,
So
didn't want to
you
play.
know,
So Lakers fans, that's what you got to deal with. You got to deal with Luka Doncic now, and
100%. So the
whether
Warriors are interested. They made some moves, getting rid of dropping Draymond. Draymond opted out, which they'll
yeah.
restructure that deal. Um, but the Warriors, the Cleveland Cavaliers are making some room. James Harden said tonight that he's not going to sign a new deal. He's going to wait to see what happens with the LeBron saga, to kind of see maybe they rekindle that to end his career there. And then obviously Miami, which I don't know what Pat Riley can do there contract wise. I feel like they're pretty stricken with Giannis and Bam. I don't know what the hell they could do. I just saw they signed Tim Hardaway, had a very cheap contract. Thank God it did not go to Indiana. But
Yeah.
LeBron's camp said that he's going to be very patient and open-minded and take his time. So I don't know how long this will take. It could take a week. Could take less than
Take
a
a
week.
month. Take a
We
month.
could get it on the 4th. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, the Lakers and wherever team LeBron James kind of goes to, they needed to get faster, quicker at the wing guard positions, and they just and more talented, more scoring, and they just didn't have it. Whether him being there was a a detriment to that, or some of the other players like, come on, Vando, like I didn't he didn't even like an NBA player sometimes. You know what I mean? But regardless of, like, we can kind of complain about the roster moves or whatever. Him, me personally, Brandon, him, if he does end up in Golden State, that does kind of take away from it's, what I'm saying. So it's everybody's kind of legacy, man. I was there in real time. I know you were a
hold
youngster.
on though.
Not the
This
legacy,
ain't
but like
this is
they
not
can't win.
LeBron going
They
out and
can't
just
win.
no
Yeah,
no
it's
no no
not.
no 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 no.
They couldn't win the West
Hold
if he
on.
goes to Golden State.
This is
Yeah,
not him deciding that and saying, "Oh, I'm
yeah.
going to go take my talents to South Beach. I'm going to take my talents to
Because he's not leaving California.
No, no, no. He was a wanted man from Golden State.
Yes,
He is a wanted man from a superstar,
you got it. You
Steph
right.
Curry. So I feel like it's a whole different scenario for
Whole different
LeBron.
scenario. Okay, so okay, I like what you're saying. However, Brandon, like, even if he does land in Golden State, I don't think that team is still good enough. Even if Anthony Davis somehow comes over magically, deliciously comes over in some type of Jimmy Butler 3-way deal, they're not fast enough. They're not tall
No,
enough.
no, they're
They couldn't.
not.
They can't beat San Antonio. They can't beat Oklahoma. It does make whatever Golden State more competitive when you think about playing Denver, or you think about playing Minnesota, for sure. As they kind of, saying, kind of good at their front line, but like the front line, eh, I saying, you talking about a 4 seed,
To me,
and go ahead.
I think Minnesota is more of an intriguing option in the West for LeBron than it would be for Golden State, personally.
The Minnesota Timberwolves?
But I will say that I know. Listen, he
No
man
way.
wants to be happy. All right. Here's my
Yeah,
thing. I've searched high and low as well today. I don't see a lot of Laker fans upset with
they're
this.
not. Like I said, the Laker
Like,
fandom
you've seen
is
outrage
tough.
in the past, people pissed off,
They go.
whether it was the
It's gonna get
Cavs or
worse.
the Heat.
Yeah, I think it's gonna get worse for you, Laker fans, because now you got
Mm,
you with Luka Doncic and Rob Pelinka. You know what I'm saying? I think
Bronny.
JJ Redick is a solid coach, but you know what I'm saying. Now it's gonna be a little different, man. When you do, you know what I'm saying. You gave the basically 180
Yeah.
to the White Shadow. No
And let me tell you
disrespect.
this.
No disrespect.
LeBron James, give him credit. Last night, Bronny James's contract was fully guaranteed
It's,
at
I
midnight
told you.
for
It's
his
simple.
$2 or $3 million. And then the next morning, he pulls the carpet on the road, says, I'm out. See ya. So now Lakers either have to guarantee, no matter what, have to pay you, regardless if they cut you or not. That man is playing checkers while everybody else is playing chess. Or sorry, he's playing chess while everybody else is
Yeah.
playing checkers. But
So
smart move for him, man. Like, but here's my thing. I don't know. He's no rush. The Steph, Butler, LeBron, Draymond, and Porzingis. Then you got Podensky, Moody, Luxembourg or Lindenborg, and Horford. That's a pretty solid team there in Golden State, John.
Brandon, they by the end of
Davis
January,
ain't coming. Wizards already said they're not moving him.
by the end of January, man, they'll be gassing. Charles Barkley be, you know what I'm saying, running them down like a dog. Brandon Reeve, is this LeBron James thing? Is this kind of like Shaq going to Cleveland?
No.
You recall that? I'm not talking about Shaq in Boston. That was embarrassing. Shaq in Boston was embarrassing.
Maybe a Shaq in Phoenix.
Big Cactus? Okay. I mean, it still was the failed job.
Right.
But big
now,
Cactus?
You know how I am with LeBron. I'm a big LeBron guy. I think the perfect storybook would be go back home to Cleveland. We'll play the the Diddy. Oh,
Right.
Not Diddy. What, Danity Kane? I'm coming home or whatever. We'll play that. We'll bring him back to finish out his career. But yeah, I just
no Dallas won't sniff it. Dallas won't sniff it. Kyrie Irving, him get back together.
So
Cooper
this might
Flag.
be maybe this is the swan song year because LeBron goes there for 1 year to try to win his ship. Steph Curry's got 1 year left on his deal. He turns 39 in March. So they both go out one last, and I guess Draymond, you could say, the three of them go out one last go around. And here's the thing, at that point, Golden State, think about how much money they're going to have opened up to just hit that reset button. At that point, you lose Steph, you lose LeBron, you lose Draymond to retirements next year. I think it's I think as a Warrior front office exec, you have to try to make this happen. And guess what? It's a 1 year run. See if we can get magic in the bottle one last time.
I think the homie Dunleavy's
because anything can happen.
He's running the show.
We've seen the New York Knicks win the NBA championship. Anything can happen. Injuries happen, John. Something could happen to Wemby. Something could happen to Shea. By God, you don't know.
Well, Brandon, there's still these other dangling modifiers that we have out here in Jaylen Brown and what's going on with him in the Boston Celtics. Again, not a free agent, but somebody.
You think he stays?
Brandon,
why is it so silent right now on him?
Why? Because, man, the Grind City media homies told me, like I'm getting ready to tell you, Jason Tatum's coming off the surgery, not him. Why would we trade the unhurt player for? You see what I'm saying? If we know, I get it. They need a big. They know they need a big, and the big that they want is not out there. I mean, nobody's trading. Nobody going crazy. Miles Turner and Kuzma is stuck in Milwaukee. Nobody trading for that.
Can you get more for Jaylen Brown than Jason Tatum? Maybe that's their thought process with the healthy body.
Well, everybody in these streets is gonna tell you Jason Tatum thinks that Jason Tatum is better than Jaylen Brown. You know what I'm saying? But I think they need to
top five.
They kind of get away. They need to kind of get away from that and try to figure out how they, you know what I'm saying, make the team better with the team they have, and not play so foolishly. Again, this is another I'll shift gears. We're not even going to talk about Jaylen Brown. Kuzma.
Well, I got one on Jaylen.
Okay, go ahead.
I got my landing spot for him.
Who do you think? Where you at?
I think he goes. I would like to see him in Denver for Jamal Murray. Murray, I think, would fit in perfectly in Boston. Jaylen Brown out there in Denver with Jokic and Aaron Gordon, that crew. I think it could work, and I think it'd be a win-win for possibly both organizations.
It could.
Clip
This is
that in case it happens. This is June 30th.
There you go. This other little potential all-star that everybody kind of says was the next one, like Atlanta Hawks have not just rolled out a contract for Jonathan Kuminga. You know what I'm saying? He showed him a small little of what he could potentially do. It does like, but he also showed the frustrations of Steve Kerr. You know what I'm saying as well. So it just kind of depends what teams kind of want to spend money and how much money they want to spend long term. You know what I'm saying? You would have thought with Brooklyn having you know what I'm saying, somewhat of a nest egg of money and them not necessarily some of the I mean they had a decent draft, but why haven't they surfaced the names of some of these free agents? Or, you know, Brandon, I know I'm rambling, but we forgot about this other one. This other guy, I was gonna say food. This other dude
Listen,
got
I
traded.
got him on the list. I'm just waiting for you to finish for the first one before I go to the next one.
Kawhi Leonard going back to Toronto. Say it ain't so. Joe
Him and Drake.
DiMaggio. I passed out. I almost passed out. Almost.
Why?
I didn't pass out. Almost. You going back to Toronto? Nobody, because nobody else. San Antonio.
Nobody wants to deal with that shit.
Nobody else wants to deal with that, man. And Toronto knows they can get in and out of a contract with him. I'm saying he's the veteran presence, makes them better.
They got a nice squad up there.
They got a nice squad.
Yeah.
Maybe this is his swan song. We ain't got to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Crossroads Sports turns 10 next year. I really don't want to be talking about Kawhi Leonard after that.
I just got a text message from one of our followers. One of our followers. Damn smartest thing I've said on here. Murray for Brown would fit both teams really great. It would. It would bet both teams perfectly well. Jamal Murray can take a step back from having to be that prime player. You get the double off. They can't double Jason Tatum at that point. If you do off of Murray, whap the three.
They got to send some more. They got to send some
and then you have a more athletic guard in Denver at that point. That then takes some of that pressure off of Jokic, and then as well as Aaron Gordon over there. They do need to probably get another piece this offseason, but I don't know what that contract would look like there with that salary. I haven't checked that out, but I was just thinking critically with that. Yeah, you talk about the Kawhi. He went to the Raptors for Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 first-rounders, a pick swap, and 2 second-rounders. I love what the Clippers are doing. I mean, they have cleaned house, have they not? And they've got 9 first-round picks over the next, I think, 4 years, 5 years. They have 9 first-round picks.
And it don't sound like there's a rush to give Ben Mathurin some kind of kooky contract that
restricted free agent. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard his name.
Shout out Taz, by the way.
I would have just assumed Ben Mathurin, they would just kind of just gave him, you know what I'm saying, $25 million a year, but they just necessarily have not said no. Just,
here's my thing. If you were the Pacers, you think you could have done a restricted free agent offer for Ben and just played it out?
No, because we still talk about, you know what I'm saying, the non-quality that the Pacers have. The Pacers have depth at guard. They do. It'd have been great to have a
Mike Kelly guard for maybe 30-something games. The Raptors have at it.
But like, no, Brandon, they still need to get depth. If you're not going to have a quality center, then you need to get depth at center. And Jay Humphries ain't going to get it by itself.
Yeah, Rob, you're right. Hey, man, you seen this Phil Mickelson thing that came out this week?
Happened?
I know you've been at camp.
I've been at camp.
Let me tell you this, man. Sorry, we're going off basketball for a second. Phil Mickelson. So there's a guy named Pat Perez, who's another professional golfer. Now he does commentary for Live. Phil was at a country club or hotel down in the lobby. Pat was pretty buzzed, drunk, drinking. Both of them all were. And Pat went to go use the restroom, but Pat's wife at the time was sitting there. She's filed for divorce since. So, and Phil shows her his phone. It's a picture of him completely naked, rock hard, with holding it in one hand and flexing with a bicep in the other hand, just showing her. And then telling her, hey, when he goes to bed, I want you to come up to my room. Phil Mickelson. Listen, my question is, you know, he had to, his thought process, man, he's sitting there going through that phone, through those pictures, just going, yeah, that's the one I'm going to show her. Like, did he have different like setups and poses to like? But what made him decide? Hey, this is the one that's going to get her.
And
This one
today's
right
the
here.
day. That's
Just I don't
ridiculous.
know what it is with these golfers that are stars, man. Between Tiger and Phil, that just think they can just go out there. I mean, damn. But yeah, I
Okay.
thought that was hilarious. And he's been sitting on them photos like one of these days, this girl's getting this picture,
You know, they, you know,
unsolicited.
they're trying to, get some headlines kind of going their way, man.
Boy, let me
Summertime
tell you.
sports. It's
Shout
time,
out Rob
to see
Butler
what
for
the
bringing
NBA
that
does.
up. Yeah, we had to bring that one up.
Yeah. See what the
Let me ask
NBA
you
just took
this:
over. Yeah.
another trade, and I kind of talked about this on our show last week. To watch out for LaMelo Ball leaving the Hornets. I talked
I
about it.
was
Uh,
a little
for
shocked.
Nas
A little
Reed,
shocked.
a 2033 unprotected first, 3 first-round pick swaps for 28, 29, and 30, and 3 second-round picks in 29, 32, and 33.
Yeah, I felt like during this draft that I thought the Hornets was going to try to address some of their front court issues. They just got Carl Brenner, the homie from Creighton, just kind of holding it down. He had a good rookie season, but he cannot be your front court all. So, they didn't necessarily trade. They didn't necessarily make a move that night, but they did.
Yeah.
Not long.
Oh,
The LaMelo Ball situation is kind of fluid with them. Um, I
yeah.
I think they're gonna kind of take a step back though, Brandon. He's their tempo kind of guy, and I get it. They resigned Kobe White to a contract, and you can get statistics like Ball from White at the end of each game. You have 24-9, but you won't necessarily have that same kind of tempo. So
Yeah. Well,
um,
then they went out and traded him Miles Bridges to the Suns for the prodigal son Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, and some future draft picks. So listen, this is what I think happened in Charlotte was everybody's like, well, hell, they just finally got in the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. They did. But also, man, they probably just looked at this roster and was like, we probably just got as far as we can with this roster, this group. We got the
right,
far as we can now. So let's get some value before they would leave us. Let's get some value out of it and hit the reset. I
and
thought it was a smart move by the Hornets. I think you
and you
saw what you had. You got as far as you could. You know they're not going
right,
to re-sign when it's up. Let's get something out of it.
you send your headache, your Michigan State headache. You send him out there with one of his brothers, like the owner of the Phoenix Suns, the Michigan State great. He played for the team, man. He can do a reclamation course out there. I don't know how that's gonna work out with him and Dylan Brooks. They're gonna be real fiery. One would
Mm,
expect. They're gonna miss the shooting for real. They're gonna miss the shooting. Grayson Allen. I know people kind of kiki at it, but Grayson Allen is one of the top 3-point shooters. He turned
DCOS
himself
said he
into
was
the
an
NBA.
average player, by the way. I
Hey
had to
man,
scuff at that.
listen. We can't let D-Cot be a general manager ever of a professional basketball team. He leads with
Hell
too
no.
much with his heart and not with his head, respectfully. But like,
Right.
no, man. I'm not saying. I mean, it's technically Grayson's technically fourth team or whatever, man. But you would want to have a shooter like that, or a defender as well, like Grayson on your team. So Charlotte has identified their key players that they want to keep kind of happy, whether it's Con Knipple or the other homie. They kind of had his own little reclamation course ever since he left Alabama. Uh,
Yeah.
his name escapes me, small forward. But like, yeah, man, they will
Brandon
be
Miller.
Brandon Miller, thank you. They'll probably take like I said, this is a small step back. But Kobe White, I'm saying? Everybody remembers those games that Chicago put, what I'm saying? Especially the ones he had against the Pacers. You know what I mean? He can fill it up, man. So the Hornets will
Yeah.
still be exciting. The Hornets will be still probably, play.
Right. Oh, John lagging
Oh,
out.
frozen,
Oh,
bro.
there he is.
No,
No, you're good. You're good. Looks like Bradley Beal opted out of his Clippers contract, which, good God, just the dude, just
go away.
subpar talent. Apparently going to go down to Miami, uh,
Overpaid.
to the retirement home with Giannis and them down there.
Pat,
Thoughts on that?
man,
We
Pat,
really didn't talk about Giannis getting traded. When we talked about him possibly getting traded to either Miami
again,
or Boston.
yeah, again, Pat Riley can figure out a lot of things for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But that team, they sent all their young youthful legs up north. So in order to compete in this league, you saw what Stephon Castle can do. He skates on
Mm-hmm.
on ice. You saw what Dylan Harper can do. They're gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? The foul merchant over at OKC, he just gonna get better. If Boston and Jason Tatum can have a, you know, and Jaylen Brown can have a, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, kumbaya moment
Kumbaya.
like them, and Tatum is comes back up, and let us forget about the Pacers. How can I forget about them Pacers and how they like to, you know
Oh,
what
they're
I'm saying,
next up on the list.
how they like to go, you know what I'm saying, speed up with you. And like they trying to think about dumping Ben Shepherd and Jarris Walker, or even I heard TJ McConnell. I had to clutch my pearl. That's TJ McConnell too.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Not you know what I'm saying? Not
He
the
might be
future
a
coach,
casualty.
but like
He
no,
might be a casualty. And if it's a casualty, that's
but
what the Braden Smith, unfortunately, is in there. I know it's nothing near what TJ McConnell does. I'm not saying it is, but maybe down the line.
yeah,
Uh,
there's a lot of hate on that one down on that pick, man. Hell, they traded
boy,
Cam Jones and the Bulls already didn't drop him.
yeah.
So people just
Braden Smith, local boy here, here up here
Brandon
in
Smith,
Westfield.
did they not play in the final? Did he not play in the final four? Not playing big time games. It'd be different. All they wrote him out was against mid majors, and he became. But the last time I checked,
He is your
when
assist
we
leader.
when we go back to the audio versions of Crossroads Sports, and he, you know what I'm saying, we were still doing them when he was still in college, right? Because he's a 4-year player, right? Like, no, man, big time games out of and big time moments out of Braden Smith. I get it, you know what I'm saying? Zach Edey till he was senior year, blah, 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 blah. He, you know what I'm saying? But Braden Smith was right around, you know what I'm saying, buddying up with it, man. I think defensively, of course, he's going they all rookies struggle defensively. But as far as knowing basketball, as far as knowing how offensive, you know what I'm saying, are set up and all those things, I thought he showed improve. It wasn't his fault. If we recall, it wasn't necessarily his fault. I think he tried to kind of against Arizona. If you kind of compare, it wasn't necessarily his fault. They, you know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
you know, again, case cry with spilled milk. I'm telling you, regardless of him being 5'11" or whatever, he will be able to compete in this league. Average player. I mean, average player. If that's the average player, man, you're lucky to have one.
Right. Exactly. Real quick, rest of the Indiana Pacers. Uh, they've got about 15 million for a mid-level exception to use. They have one roster spot to fill since they got
Yep.
rid of Cam Jones. It came out with the new salary cap. It's a little bit lower overall than what everybody expected, I guess. So right now we're 1.8 million below the cap, and we're 9.9 million below the first apron. I don't see us going above that first apron, so there is going to be some contracts being moved, especially for the Pacers trying to get a wing player. It's been reported several times throughout yesterday and today. Now Kelly Oubre Jr. is meeting with the Pacers. He could possibly fit that $15-16 million deal with Indiana if he could become a Pacer. I'm not against it. He's got the body type we need in Indiana for that, and he can get buckets, play a little bit of defense.
Yeah.
But you know, I everybody available, I think Kelly Oubre is one that I'm going to have to like. Gary Trent's another one. If you want that toughness, maybe get that toughness in that shooting. But those are the kind of two guys for the Pacers. I'd personally also like to see a Cason Wallace from Oklahoma City. I
Ooh,
think
you
he
want a
could do
lot.
something for us too.
You want a lot. You want a lot. You want Case and
Well, I don't
Wallace,
want them
man.
all. I just want one of the three.
And you mentioned Gary Trent Jr., man. You bring him on the Pacers team, you're gonna have a couple of DMPs. You know what I'm saying, throughout the season, man. But I wouldn't be mad. Is Martin's son still playing? Martin Jr.? I thought he was still playing for Houston. He was bouncing back between Houston and the
Yeah, I think he
Clippers.
is. I'm not sure where he's at now.
None of that kind of Kelly Oubre Jr. does not excite me at all. But I know it's kind of gonna be kind of slim pickings with the Pacers. I kind of thought I thought of Harrison Barnes might, you know
Ooh.
what I'm saying, former he passed out.
Oh my
He's got
God.
championship. He's got championship. He's got championship.
This ain't the Undertaker raising back up. This is me passing out. Oh my God. He he said Harrison Barnes. This ain't 2012 Harrison Barnes. Come on now.
Give him some moments, Harrison Barnes. Come to the Pacers.
Well, I was gotta say, God, I had a train of thought on this. Yeah, they're gonna get something. And there's gonna be a cap casualty, whether it's Ben Shepherd, whether it's Jarris Walker.
Yeah.
if they find something really good and they're like, hey, we have to give up a little extra, at that point, I see it could be an Obi Toppin being gone.
Which
So I
they
think
had to
that's your
wiggle
tier.
because I don't think Mitchell Robinson has been signed just yet by the Knicks.
No, no.
But they would have to. He's looking for a big time contract, especially coming off. You know what I'm saying? Again, a championship run that he just had with the Knicks, right?
He needs to work on his free throws.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Small ball center, and he
Hey, what
does like
about
to
your boy
rebound. So
up
who's
in
that?
Milwaukee? He might be getting traded again, Miles Turner.
Miles Turner would be a Pacer by 2030. I've said this on this show. I've said it in text. Miles Turner will be a Pacer by 2030.
Good God. That's two pass
Really?
outs in one show. That's not the Undertaker rising, everybody. That's me passing out from Jonathan
Miles Turner.
Birdsong.
Miles Turner will be a
Well,
Pacer by 2030 for sure.
okay. You talk about that. Let's talk about another former Pacer. It looks like the Kings are looking to move Zach LaVine, and Domantas Sabonis wants out of Sacramento.
It's a wild situation, man.
You
If
took a deep
Jalen,
breath there. You all right?
yeah, because Jalen Duren hasn't signed his papers in Detroit, and he's still looking
Mm-hmm.
for a deal. Now that LeBron has told the Lakers, "I love la vista, baby," maybe he kind of. I think Jalen Duren ends up in California, either
He
with the
wants to go
Kings
to
or
Boston,
with
what
the
I just
Lakers.
saw like 30 minutes ago.
He
He's
wants to
meeting
go
with
to
Boston.
Boston.
You like it.
I'm,
You like it. You didn't poo poo it.
dude, who's leaving? Jalen Brown ain't leaving. You're not trying
They got role
to
players to
Jalen
get
Brown
rid
for
of,
Jalen
man,
Duren.
because those guys did not show up this year.
He'd have to take. They don't have any bad contracts either to take in. So it would probably be. It would have to, and it would be Jalen Brown and Jalen Duren, some type of situation. But like I think Detroit still has to add another piece to that trade. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right,
But
right.
that would give them that would give Kay Cunningham you know what I'm saying, a secondary, you know what I'm saying, support system. Being kind of interesting. Kind of
If you're
interesting.
if you're Cleveland, where do you sit right now? I know you've got James Harden, 42 million. He opted out. He may resign. Gonna wait and see what happens with the LeBron sweepstakes. So you're Cleveland. You got to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. What do you do?
LeBron James don't really play with James Harden. The end of his career, even if it's Cleveland, he's supposed to go back to that gun take again. Now, LeBron James is supposed to really play with James Harden. He's played with them all. He played with CP3. He played with Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? D Wade, he's played with them all. So it's Cleveland. So it, LeBron will be the automatic closer, man, because it's what Brandon is Spider is he sticking around? If LeBron James comes in, he's sticking around, or is he gonna make his way to Houston? That's probably what would happen.
Here,
LeBron James would come in, they trade out,
what
you
if?
get your Reed Shepard up there in, you know what I'm saying, Cleveland.
Well, what if
He's
he takes
Ohio.
care of the Lakers on his way out? I know he opted out of his player contract, but you can do a sign and trade. Mitchell ends up in Lakers land because they're going to have plenty of money now to spend.
Yeah.
Mitchell could be a
The
Laker. You do a sign and trade.
him and oh my god, him and Luka Doncic. Oh my god. Talk about PlayStation basketball. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I just kind of thought I think LeBron James doesn't leave California. But
Yeah.
this clearly this Xing off of the Lakers clearly means that it's not gonna be the Clippers. He's not gonna play for them never.
Mm-hmm.
And unless he buys the Sacramento Kings, which they're not gonna allow that, it only kind of leads to Golden State Warriors. Um,
One team we haven't talked about. What about the NBA champion New York Knicks going into this offseason?
James Dolan has kind of was adamant, like
Check mark and
uncomfortably,
let's chill.
uncomfortably. Yeah, he's like uncomfortably that I'm not going. He said it. I'm not going into luxury tax. I'm good with my one championship. I want to, you know what I'm saying,
Damn.
smell roses. And he was, you know what I'm saying, looking at his hand. and invited Donald Trump, and he came to the game 2 or 3. I don't even remember. Didn't even matter. He jinxed them. They lost the damn game. But nah, man. The Knicks are just gonna
Just
roll it back. Knicks should be top 5 in the East next year. They got a solid
just
team.
got an alert mutual interest signified from through the Athletic mutual interest with LeBron James and Minnesota Timberwolves. Oh, we lost JB. There he is. He heard the news. There you go. You messing with those buttons. No, through the Athletic mutual interest between LeBron James and the Minnesota Timberwolves, as I just talked about.
It's still not gonna beat Wemby, man. I'm sorry, man. It's not gonna beat Wemby, dude. LaMelo Ball and LeBron James, LaJello, stop.
And Anthony Edwards. All 3.
Hey, 3-ring circus.
Hey, if you're Kevin Pritchard, you got to make the call. Rich, what can we do?
Rich Paul gonna be on. I told you gonna be on Still. I got to bring Still Wilco's show back. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be the last year. It's technically gonna be the last year. He's gonna do his award. This, you know what I'm saying? Good Morning America, and he'll be playing with LaMelo. You know what I'm saying? LaJello Ball, or whatever this child's name is.
Speaking of that,
that's not gonna happen.
Speaking of that, man, yesterday's that horrible news that came out yesterday with Good Morning America, man. CJ2K, Chris Johnson with ALS. That's terrible, man.
Yeah, that's terrible. You know, football's a violent sport. Just from that, he ran. He was a hard. I'm not talking to him like he's not gone. I'm talking about his former career, but he ran real hard. Tennessee Titan. So seemingly always like he was running through a wall. You know what I'm saying? Or could run through a wall. I just hope he gets the necessary help and assistance that he can. You know, since such a young age. If you remember, man, the homie
it progressed very quick within a year.
Yeah, the homie had ALS. That's how he ended up, you know, saying transitioning. Mongo McMichael, but I'm saying he was like 60 something years old, man. So I just hope that the homie Anderson gets the you know what I'm saying, the help he can get for sure. Yeah. And the NFL should kind of like start thinking about this. Hey, I know they're not. They need to start thinking about this 18-game season and pressing for it, man. So it's just gonna kind of get worse with these guys getting hurt and beat up and whatnot. It is.
You checking in on any of this World Cup?
Told you, Brandon Reef, man. My weekends, it's not really.
It is nuts right now.
But like I know it is. NASCAR is nuts too. Cole Hurt is points leader, believe it or not. But like, man,
no, he's not. It's Alex Palou. Man, Colton Hurt is not even in IndyCar anymore.
I said NASCAR.
Hurt is not even leading that. It's Denny Hamlin.
Man. Well, this was 2 days ago when I text you anyway. 2 days ago when I text you anyway, when I said it was. Now, there you go. But like, no, man, what's going on in the World Cup?
Dude, I mean, you had the top 5 team in the world, Germany, getting beat last night by Paraguay, and penalty kicks, and then there was another penalty kick game last night. The Netherlands got knocked out by Morocco.
What's the Lions bets on this soccer?
I mean, some of them are okay. I mean, if you would have took the underdogs, I mean, sitting pretty. But tonight, France laid that ass today in their game. Mexico plays tonight at 9:00, so that's a big one for them. And then tomorrow night, the United States at 8 p.m. against Bosnia. We're in the knockout stage now, so USA is favored to win, but that doesn't mean shit, especially when you go to penalty kicks. And it's been wild penalty kicks. So, but awesome to see the big knockout of Netherlands and as well as Germany. It's been crazy. I got a question for you, man. If this WNBA don't figure it out, I mean, we just got Caitlin Clark just getting destroyed by Alyssa Thomas and these people from the Phoenix Mercury, and we're just letting it go. What is going on, John?
Man, the ladies like the hard foul. The ladies out there, they like to.
Do they know who's making her money? Who's making them their money?
Well, hold on, man. This is we got to step outside of Fever Land and understand this. Some other stars kind of making their noise right now.
But none of them was here until Caitlin Clark came in.
But the officiating has been bad.
Terrible.
The Fever have to not feed into the fact that the officiating is bad. league wide, and just try to get a win streak. You know what I'm saying? That's what they got to do. I'm not going to really expand on like who has to do what because I don't want to talk out of turn. But like the star players, it seemingly like I will say this a little bit. It seemingly like if Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark aren't, you know what I'm saying, somehow running, you know what I'm saying, to 30 points or 20 points a piece between them, like the team kind of struggles, because especially on the road because they don't
Yeah,
necessarily
they
get all
can't play D.
they don't get all the great shooting that they get at home. So you can't play all the games at home. So, you know, the excuses of a poor officiating, you know what I'm saying? But I did something when you go back to the teleprompter and whatnot, man, it'd be egregious, man. So, ladies, you know what I'm saying, just kind of fight through it. But like, you know what I'm saying, no, like fandom does not want to hear about the whining because they just don't. So the Fever needs to get their action together and get a win streak going. I know
Can I tell you something? No, go ahead.
no, I think they had a homestand recently and it still ain't going as great. You know what I'm saying? So
Now there are
you know,
10 off, 10 days off now. I think they got one game and then they're off a few. Can I tell you something that grinds my gears? That's a reference from Family Guy, if people remember. You know what really grinds my gears? The ESPN has taken I mean, for TV.
There you go.
For TV, ESPN has taken it down. I'm looking at the NBA TV. TV has been terrible for their analysts that they have on TV. I don't need to listen to the Morris twins. I don't need Big Perk telling me the Big Perk's 5 big things that need to happen. Trey Murphy to the Lakers, Drew Holiday to the Heat, Jalen Duren stays to the Pistons. We don't need Big Perk up there. Jaylen Brown to the Rockets. He just said now number 2 move that needs to be made. No, Perk. I don't know how you fix that product, but it's dropped. You get Mike and Mike back.
How you fix it? They gotta fire everybody, and they instead of having. So we have a lot of players have kind of come over from being former players to like analysts and like you know what I'm saying or people you know what I'm saying whatever sportscasters.
Right.
ESPN moved away from the writer being they moved away from that. You know what I'm saying? The writer being the person kind of talking about sports and breaking down sports, man. I think they need to bring back more the empowerment of more right, or even you know you know what I'm saying the guys like me and you, the big fan followers. I mean, they brought in Pat McAfee. You know what I'm saying? Does he know football? You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But you know what I'm saying? They allow Pat to kind of just you know what I'm saying talk about it as well all of them. So you're not necessarily getting the old ESPN of old where it's this dude, he or she is an expert because that's his basketball is what they cover. This is the team that they cover. So you're getting you know what I'm saying that the front and back of that. Now we just getting guys said, man, the ego kind of comes in because it kind of comes out when they say it. I like how they played and when they played. Shaq talked about it all the time. Well, it's a big man. He has to. That's a big. You got to dominate. We need. You get 40 touches, at least 40 times. You know what I mean? Or Charles Barkley. They're thinking how they play and now how these guys are kind of doing it. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to watch. You know what I'm saying? Analytically, shoot threes and keep on shooting, but like that's how the way the game is played. I don't, you know what I'm saying, particularly like it either, but this is how the way the game is played, and you know what I mean. So, to get to solve it, just get rid of them. Let them become, you know, there's no way Gilbert Arenas should ever be on anybody's for real ESPN. I'm sorry, man. I don't care. He ain't gonna come. He ain't gonna say nothing. I mean, I do respect. But there's too many. You know what I'm saying? He'd have to clean it up. I'm saying Jeff definitely could be on ESPN, but he'd have to get back to serious. They'd have to get back to serious reporting. Kiki and trying to tear down somebody.
Right. Hey, John, I'd like to, you know, while we were talking a little bit, I'd like to give a little preview for next week. What we have on tap.
For sure, man.
We've got a special show. I'm going to bring it up on the screen. Special interview next week. a good guy that I've had a conversation talked to online. I followed him back in the day. Going to share it on the screen now, but for those people that listen to ESPN radio or have heard it back in the day when he used to work the night shift, so people that stayed up late like Jonathan Birdsong and myself, uh, ESPN radio host Freddie Coleman with Freddie and Doug and Harry Douglas. They have their own show now, but Freddie Coleman from ESPN will be joining us next Tuesday night as we talk all things kind of Freddie, what he's done, where he's at now there with ESPN, and kind of talk about the association because he's got a lot to say about the NBA. And I said he's got one of the smoothest voices, man, and he was just rattling off everything with the show, what time, where you can get it on all the things. I'm excited to get Freddie on this show, man. Really, really special guest. Excited to have him next week.
It's gonna be a cool thing to tap in with it. Obviously, I do. I'm a you know what I'm saying, a late nighter or early morning riser. And like I said, he used to break down 2 o'clock in the morning, breaking down sports, you know what I'm saying, football, basketball, what have you, man. So yeah, it's gonna be another Crossroad magical ride next week for sure.
Yeah, I wonder if I can do it. And you're listening to ESPN radio. It's pretty cool, but he's got that deep voice. I can do the Freddie.
I don't know. I'll see if Broken catch it.
Let me see
later on, man. But
here we go. I'll do it. You're listening to Freddie Coleman here on ESPN radio. That's about as low as I can get with it.
That's about low as you get.
Yeah, no, excited to have Freddie on next week. He'll be joining us about 7:45 next Tuesday night for our show. What else you got, John?
Man, I know we went
the basketball world.
Yes, the basketball world. I know we went NBA heavy tonight. I know I'm getting choppy as well. NFL, all I got. Sorry, y'all. The Atlanta Falcons might have a little quarterback controversy with Tua Tagovailoa and the homie Penix Jr. Man, they might have to sit Penix Jr. down, man. Tua's got to get his act together. You know
think?
What I mean? You know, the Falcons not going to the Super Bowl. They curse in that regard. They not curse. They're not going. But fantasy points, you know, you might get you some fantasy points from running back and, you know, reclamation quarterback. You might have something there in Tua Tagovailoa this year, but
okay. Cool. All right, hey, we're getting closer and closer to college football season, John. I can't wait, man. I'm ready for football.
Lower your expectations, Hoosier fandom. Lower your expectation. That's all I'm gonna say.
They're top five. Top five.
Anybody
can run it back, it's them. So we'll see. Yeah, if anything else comes breaking news throughout the week, we'll keep you posted. Myself and Jonathan Birdsong, we'll keep you active on that. If something goes crazy, we'll probably do a live. We got the nation's birthday, 250 coming up this weekend. Please don't bomb your hands off. Blow them up with any fireworks.
Be safe. Be safe with the fireworks.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm working on a rematch, 1v1, me and Reggie Sykes on the golf course, possibly next week.
Oh my God!
We got to run it back from when I beat him the first time a couple years ago.
We got to record it. Does he still owe you a case of beer? I thought.
I still haven't got that case of beer. Thank you, John. I know he's watching right now, but yeah, I still haven't got that case of beer from that win. So maybe we do double or nothing or something this next week.
Man, he didn't went to Jamaica. He didn't went to, you know what I'm saying, various places.
Tell him.
Size is better than that. Pay your 6-pack. Now it's 12-pack.
Yeah, you got to pay a 6-pack. I'm not asking for a case. I'm not asking for a 12. Just give me a little 6er. Come on now. He says, I got you. There we go. But yeah, no, if anything crazy comes, me and Jonathan Birdsong will go live, kind of give our instant analysis back in the saddle. It's an NBA world, as Jonathan Birdsong likes to say. Conversation continues on Twitter, on Facebook, as always. Next week, like I said, exciting show next week, man. I'm looking forward to it. Freddie Coleman from ESPN Radio will be joining us next Tuesday night. So I'm Brandon Reef. That's Jonathan Birdsong. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. Have a happy, safe 4th.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for listening to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show. You can find more episodes on iTunes and the Google Play Store. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Crossroads sports content.